Also, I gotta put up the volume. Also, I don't remember anything that happened last episode. So, yes. I don't even know why it's raining. Rain is falling in the summer vacation like an uncountable number of bad omens. Luckily, I'm not superstitious, but the bad weather makes me downcast too. It's been like this since morning, and there's no end in sight. An impenetrable gray mass of clouds, skies, as much as the shadows in my mood. It is about to of defiance. I finished cleaning up this morning, but after that was done, I ended up staring out the window in hope of weather clearing. The incense strumming in the rainfall against the roof and the pavements is mesmerizing, a drone background noise to lose my mind to. This won't do. I have to get a move on. Should I pack now or later? I decided on later and make my way outside, pausing briefly at Kenji's door to listen at the old clunking sounds on the other side. I don't dare to knock out the fear of finding out what he's doing. Braving the rain under the trusty umbrella, I crossed the space to the girl's dorm. Knocking on Rin's door yields no answer, but the door behind me opens instead.
Hisao? Hi!
Are you disappointed?
Am I disappointed? In...
MB.
No.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna change earphones because this earphones hurt and I'm switching. Okay, I am back. Also, these earphones are way quieter.
Terrible weather. I even missed my morning jog.
Emmy wouldn't do that, even if it was raining. That's why she got sick. She frowns, but I would be glad if it was her. Emmy's morning jogs are anything but leisurely. Oh, hi, I was...
If you were looking for Rin, I don't think she's in there.
Have you seen her recently?
Yeah, just this morning when I woke her up.
The mention of waking up makes Emmy yawn like a cat, and that makes me feel a little silly. Of course, she has seen Rin wake her up, and help her dress on most mornings. Even makes her lunch boxes every now and then. They are like sisters, even though they seem to be nothing in common. I wonder which one is the elder sister. Probably Emmy against all odds. She's really delight, even though she gives off a feeling of someone who would be total airhead. Why does it feel odd that she's so dutiful under the cheery grin of hers? What is wrong with my words today?
I'm telling this guy something. Real quick.
Ignore me. It's just jealousy.
There you go. She left for the gallery a few hours ago. Hey, are you listening?
I don't think you are. Also, you put it in memes.
Did I?
He responded. He said woke.
Oops.
Yep. Talk in here. Maybe I'm making funny face or something since Emmy tilts her face quizfully. Looking at me and her eyes round inquisitively. It's like, don't mind, Mrs. Owner.
Don't mind, Miss Owner.
Mm-hmm.
Ease.
Yes. Up. Of course. I Jesus, so many notifications. Mahahaha.
Hmm?
Her innocent face seems to request my attention. Yeah, I'm listening.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course. She furrows her brow, sticking her lips as if she's prepared for something.
Why do you care so much about Ren?
I feel like that's a question you would ask me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a question you asked me. It's like, why do you care so much about me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because you gave me an actual answer as opposed to... I mean, you probably hang around her more than I do, and we even slept in the same bed sometimes until, lately.
After she banned you because you ravaged her hair? What? What did she do?
I do not remember.
I don't know. How long have we been? A shock of horror whitens Emmy's eyes, at least twofold, making them seem even more saucier than usual, while a healthy blush rises from her cheeks and ears.
She told... why is it just she told? Oh, I'm going to strangle that Ren or something other horrible.
You. I hold back my laughter, lest her direction her disdain at me. Emmy recuperates quickly from her embarrassment, and seems to forgive Rin in the same instance, getting her focus back on me. So, what you doing? Okay.
Anyway, are you in love with her or something?
Uh-oh. This really feels like an elder sister questioning a suitor. Emmy's kind of nosy and not in a good, happy way. It's if even is one to begin with. She makes a good partner for Misha, to be honest. The horror. It's already your second question, so I don't think I have to answer. I try to conjure up a front made of pure crystal, cool and uninvolvement. I wonder whether I managed to fool even myself. At least Emmy is wagging her eyebrows dangerously. Her face. With a nasty smirk on her lips. Mm-hmm. So, who are you talking to? So, who are you talking to?
Oh, my mother called me and she's like, we're going to the barn in 20 minutes. And I'm like, no.
Do you want... We could do this fast. I got this.
No. No.
We can continue this after.
No. We'll be there for like 4 hours. No.
That means we could play for sun. Oh god. I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
Is that a yes?
No, that's not a yes. Obviously unsatisfied with my refusal to answer her way to intuitively question that she has enough sense to back off. Doesn't stop her from sticking out her tongue at me like a child and giggling again.
If that's your answer, I don't think I have to talk with you anymore.
Damn. Just annihilated. Ah. Thank you for the host, whoever did that. I still can't see anyone. I don't know why my alerts and stream jar doesn't seem to show anything anymore. I think it's just glitched out. Because it used to show my thing. Stream jar. Not TV. I want to manage. It's not easy to see she's not really angry. Logging with Twitch.
Besides, I have to go pack now. Mom will be worried if I miss the bus. Heck? See ya!
We didn't want to be,
Commenting on my YouTube channel.
Who? Yeah, bye. Setup. Copy. Properties. Paste. Okay. I'm just gonna press test and see what happens. Send follower. Okay. It shows. Why doesn't it do the thing when the thing comes up? Send host? Yeah, alright. I don't know why it doesn't actually show it when it's actually doing the thing. Also, hey Sakura. Or Reaper. I forgot what you want to be called. I mean, Grim. He retreats back into her room, leaving me alone in the hallway. What's between me and Rin is none of her business, right? That's why I ended up not saying anything about our fight to Emmy. Rin must have not said anything either. I guess, even though we are friends, there are some things we don't need to talk about. So, if Rin is at the gallery, I have to go all the way there. Now I managed to get out of my room. I suppose it's not that much of a bother to go downtown. I could go get a ticket, but the train back home will have to wait. At least until tomorrow. No way. I'm going to carry baggage in the train station in the rain? Even if it's not that much of it. Like editing during the thing. Are you looking at the thing?
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about? Rain makes the outline seem very unstable, as if they were fading away. The landscape turns into a shapeless collection of various fuzzy tones of gray instead of distinct forms of buildings and cars. The poor souls who are forced into the downpour try to as much haste as possible, pitting against each other in their shared misery. I turn the final corner, the 22nd corner, or so they say, and immediately feel the stupid for being amused at my own pun. A door beckons me with the promise of warmth.
Please don't be silent. Please don't be silent.
Please be silent. Please be silent. The the rainwater dripping from my umbrella was interesting, almost artistic patterns on the roof. I'm not wet apart from my shoes that leave small puddles in my wake, completing the rainwater artwork. Oh god damn it, Noyama! I hate this. Noyama is here too, chatting with Sae. I'm back in the gallery. Rin nowhere to be seen though. Maybe she's upstairs. There's no customers though. Which figures considering the buttloads of water dripping in the neck that anyone daring to be brave weather today.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Rich people don't. Okay, never mind.
What? What are you talking about?
Never mind.
I said nothing. What are you talking about? Hello. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, god damn it. What was his voice again? uh, uh, I legit don't remember. All I know.
Feel the pervert. Feel it.
Good afternoon, Nakai. It was something around here, wasn't it? Came all the way here to visit. No. I think it was just an impulse. I was just around the neighborhood shopping and decided to stop by. My reflective reaction is white lie, which surprises myself. Maybe I just don't want to say that I'm specifically to see Rin, even though that must be obvious.
My, you chose a bad day for shopping. Would you like some tea to warm you up?
Thank you, but I'm fine really. The weather could be better though. Rain on the first day of vacation is a bit depressing. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Nayama offers this hearty laugh, bordering an abrasive. Rain doesn't get you down, teacher. Well, I do prefer clear weather as well. I was actually leaving just now to meet someone, and I prefer not to get my jacket soaked. It's very expensive. But of course, I'm in a good mood. What do you think of this exhibition? It was wonderful, wasn't it? Besides the part of her, like, half dying. Yeah, it was very fancy. My unenthusiastic answer only spurs him to carry on, walking around the gallery while blabbering about the opening. He talks more and louder as he is moving. It's something I noticed at the club meetings too. We've got to talk with many people here in very variable contexts. One of Tetsuka's paintings even got sold to a collector from Osaka. I follow my eyes to empty spots in the wall. I can't even remember which painting was hanging in that spot. Well, it's gone now. It was lucky that she was all alright despite the dizzy spell. She got quite quiet though, so I told her to rest well. Then again, she's always been pretty shy. Shy? Whatever, I just thought along with the teacher. Oh god, his face! Just calm down. The reception was very positive in general. I might be able to get one of my friends to write a little article on the magazine too. I
Wait.
Yep,
There you go.
I see it. Thank
Okay.
you.
His name. What's his name?
Takahashi?
Okay. Shinichi, you're making Mr. Takahashi wait.
It's pretty much a treat for me and you. Mm-hmm. Say's remark makes him stop in his tracks and check his watch. Nayama frowns in displeasure and the interruption of his tirade. What does that say? Tirade?
Yeah. Tirade.
Okay. Oh, right. Yes, well, I'll be off then. Let's meet in the September, Nakai. Also, I'm gonna close the door because... Door. Okay. Cough, cough. You heard nothing. Bye. Wow, teacher really doesn't hold back when it comes to Rin's budding artist's career. I guess it takes a lot to succeed, but I suppose his job is easier if Rin was more cooperative. She's too indecisive, even though she does just fine. Like that dizzy spell from before. She got freaked out or something, but I don't do anything to help her. I sigh. It feels like a gap between me and Rain is only widening. She's going to become something great while I'm still feeling like I'm bogging down despite promising myself to try to make something out of my life. On top of that, we had a fight, and the longer we keep not talking, the harder the wound becomes hard to heal. If that even is what we want. I never found out what Rin felt, and now I'm not sure what I feel myself. I wish I could understand her, but Rin is not very open for interpretation. Not that she's hiding anything, she just seems to defy my attempts to make sense of what she's talking about on any given day.
Something on your mind?
I realize I've been spacing out in the middle of the gallery for who knows how long. Nothing special. I pretend to study the closest painting to distract her. I've seen this before, and not all too familiar strokes of color twisting and metal melting into each other, seemingly random, still managing to feel like it's something happening behind the scenes, so to speak. Rin's style is too much like her, abstract, incomprehensible color, mysterious. I wonder if it understands an artist one can understand art. I have a question.
Oh?
She looks at the magazine she was idly leafing through, seemingly delighted at my display of significant interest. How do you interpret art?
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted. Her eyes raise high to question arcs of the question, too complicated to even begin to answer without clarification. Sorry if I was asking anything stupid. I don't think I really understand art like the pros do.
There's no trick to it.
Sai waves my question around with a simple but effective flick of the wrist.
Everyone interprets art as they will, and interpretation is much in the eye of the beholder, as the intentions of the creator. Pros have their own way because there is a thing called art theory. There are patterns in art, just like in everything, and we assume that it's possible to draw some conclusions from observing those patterns.
Her voice is like a teacher lecturing and adding emphasis on random words to keep her listeners on their toes.
In the end, I suppose it's pretty meaningless.
She moves to muse seemingly to herself, muttering loudly, enough for me to clearly hear.
A good piece of art will make you feel something, that's all there is to it. Feelings change, they affect the art we create and the art we see.
But
I feel like I might get rid of this.
yeah. You read my message?
Let's hear your story.
Do you agree?
Yes, but
I feel like you're trying to say public. Well, they don't know what we're talking about.
Public.
It's fine. Oh, you have to? The last one was depressing.
It's important, listen. About 100 years ago, a little gnome painter got news that his friend, a man called Casigmas, had committed suicide.
Yes.
This happened while he was away and hadn't seen his friend for a while.
Welcome, Juice644 to the channel.
If you don't know what this accent is supposed to be, it sounds kinda okay.
Okay.
So obviously he must have felt more conflicted than he normally would after hearing of such a thing. For years after that, our main character did nothing but monochromatic paintings because he was so deeply affected by the news. Whatever he did, he always kept returning to that same color until it let him out of its grasp.
She takes a little pause to check whether I'm still following. I am, to the extent, so I give her a prompt the storyteller seemed to live for. So, it's hard to continue from that, since I can't seem to come up with the questions she wants me to come up with. Like a half-baked Socrates, she thought she laid out the tools of revelation in front of me.
Don't you see the point yet?
I think he's there implying Rin, but he doesn't see it because I'm naive. I'm naive, but like, boy, this boy is more. Either that or I'm just as naive as this boy. Or even more. What am I?
Not that bad.
Hmm? What? Oh. I thought you wanted to say. Now you good? Only her students prove to be dense to get it. She looks discontent to my slowness.
Picasso's Blue Period is one of the most lauded in history of art, but who knows what he felt when he worked on those masterpieces? Sadness, longing, regret. Nobody can tell. If you see one of his Blue Period paintings, you'd interpret it differently from before you knew about Picasso's friend Frick.
Mr. C.
Mr. C.
There we go.
Experiencing art is always personal, only interactive by chance of circumstances. There are many explanations for a given piece of art, but it might be none of them or what the creator intended. No man's an island, you know.
I nodded without understanding what that last remark meant. What she said made sense otherwise, except for the last thing. If art is communication, like Rin said, but everyone is talking their own secret language, like Saya said, what can anyone hope to communicate? Seems so fruitless and pointless. Art really is not a thing for me. Saya returns to her art magazine, and I came to around the gallery, trying to see what Rin can see in her own paintings. A smooth mood takes hold of the gallery, surrounded by a rainstorm, the big windows making transparent isolation feel more comfortable. A twinkle of the bell disrupts the tranquil mood. It's Rin. Rin pushes the door, opens the shoulder, and steps in. I had almost forgotten that she was the reason I came here to the gallery in the first place. She says, "I think I'm ready." She pauses mid-sentence, noticing my presence. A needle-dropping silence lasts exactly 1.5 seconds. Not enough for either me or Saya to open our mouths, but enough for Rin to react.
I'm going for a walk.
Heading back outside with the reckless pace of uncharacteristic of Rin, Rin seems to forget that it's still raining. Without giving it any real thought, I grabbed the umbrella and hurried after her. I catch Rin outside the corner, open the umbrella, and lift it above the two of us, while still having almost run out to keep up with her. doesn't protest me running after her, nor me giving her shelter against the rain, eventually slowing her pace down so I could match it without an immediate danger of overexerting myself. I relaxed from the rush, addressing the situation. At last, I held my umbrella to guard both of us against the rain. I didn't think too much about it, but now of all things that happened since gathering in the freezing cold ball against my stomach. Wait, did it stop raining for you?
No.
Oh, then why were you gonna go? Didn't what?
Oh, I thought you meant the actual thing. Yeah, it stopped raining, but I still don't want to go.
Hmm. Is it because you want to keep streaming or some other reason?
Yes.
You just don't want to go. Okay. I would still be here. Plus, I'm probably gonna leave in an hour or two.
Okay.
Are you gonna go like when I leave?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's pretty far, so. Being close to her makes me feel uncomfortable, and I feel myself fluttering slightly. It's hard to get words out of my mouth as it feels suddenly very, very dry. Still, not like it could back off. Like my mouth feels like really dry and really wet at the same time. It's like the weirdest sensation. Like I need liquids, but also there's too many liquids in my mouth. What is wrong with me?
Hmm.
There might actually be something wrong with me. Why do you keep running away?
I don't want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you.
It hurts every time I do.
Sometimes it can't be helped.
I don't want to hurt.
I don't want to hurt you. That's to you. Fine, we don't have to talk.
What should we do?
Oh, that's something you would just say. Let's just keep walking.
Just walking?
Just walking.
Okay.
Seems like a scenario. No?
Mm-hmm.
Our footsteps go splish splash, and the shadow puddles forming in the streets as we walk through the rainfall. Ren is walking beside her in her unhurried, relaxed manner. Doesn't seem to be even a bit bothered by the fact that she's getting wet, even though she doesn't need to. She is practically out of the protective shelter of my umbrella, despite it being more than big enough for the two of us. As if it doesn't even notice the rain drenching her shirt. Ren's demeanor always invokes mental images of mental calm, even when she might be in her inner turmoil. But I don't think that's meditation, that's just that his skin soaked in rain. I wish I could be more calm too. I've gotten too involved with Rin to retain my usual aloofness. It feels like I have become one of those people to fool themselves into thinking they are objective, only to find out they're the worst kinds of liars. Illusions to fool ourselves. What better way to make one feel like a good person? It might be better to lose that illusion. I'll be going back home for some time, so I thought I'd come see you before that. I thought to have thoughts of better conversation opener, but Ren actively refuses to talk. Makes it hard.
That's good. I might have thought you'd have been kidnapped otherwise.
Oh. You can't keep running away from everything. Not even from me. Try talking seriously.
I'm always serious. Also, I seem to be running very slowly right now.
Sorry.
Maybe I should take lessons from Emmy.
Ironically, she's still faster than me. Like Rin is like, it's like, God damn, slow down, woman. It's fruitless. She's talking like a brick wall that randomly spouts sarcastic nonsense back at you. Think of your exhibition opening. What if you had run away? Rin doesn't answer to that. She just keeps walking or slowly, running slowly, escaping from me in her silence. She has a knack for being alone in company, I've noticed. We head down the street and turn left 3 times, then left again. It's like the nights some time ago. We keep choosing directions randomly, while it doesn't matter where we're going. All that matters is that we're walking to the sound of raindrops strumming outside the umbrella. Water flows down from the roofs of the building and into the storm drains in the wide rivers. Even though I try to step over them, my feet are getting wet through my shoes. We keep walking in silence, and it just begs to be broken again. I'm sure I am only the one feeling this, though. Why did you have the exhibition? Rin just shrugs, sulling and looking at the other direction. I give up at this point. It's pointless. What did she want to accomplish? What she said the night of the opening made me feel like there was something special she wanted. Also, hey Fujikaro. Also, there's a message. Why is there always a message? Okay. Yay, thank you for the follow. Unfollowed. You unfollowed? What? I felt like Rin hoped for something unattainable. She set a high bar for inside her own head. She felt no matter how many people liked her works. It's understandable to like realism. Most people do, even in not quite the extreme level Rin takes it to. Why do you say mother band? No, seriously, why do you say that? What did he do? Why is he banned? Okay. It's not the reason to live in a private world that accepts no visitors. Is my mic normal? I feel like my mic might be messed up. Let me check my mic settings. Go. Open mic. Yes. Playback. Recording. Okay. Should be fine. I can't bend the world to fit the twisted melancholic megalomaniac cosmology where everything works out the way you want. That just frustrates me the most in Ren. She wants the world to live by her rules, disregarding everything that conflicts with those irrelevant or unnecessary. And Fujikara left. Why? What was the point? You were our only viewer.
No, Birdie.
He came for the purpose of only coming here and he failed. I can't believe how anyone in Yamaku would not have the bare minimum perception to understand the world can sometimes be unfair. I'm sure she's not the only one who wishes some things were different, but we can at least grasp the facts as they are. I take a sideways glance at Rin, who is looking up at the dome-shaped cover. It is a poor replacement for the real sky and the monochrome bleakness. The rain just keeps falling. Just like the clouds did today, Rin doesn't really give a feeling of wanting to be watched. She soaks in unison with the sky that she loves so. I couldn't have come. She presence only reminds me of how angry I got because of the exact same reason, and how those reasons probably can't ever change. Even though I want to say I'm sorry, even though I don't want to break apart, I can't bring myself to say either of those things. We keep measuring the rain-drenching streets one step at a time. Often when you walk with someone else, your step becomes synchronized as if though some weird subconscious pact. I notice that ours never do. Time passes and strikes again in drumskin of my umbrella fades in the clouds above, slowly dispersing in the reveal the cerulean blue Eventually, the rain yields enough for me to close the umbrella, shaking the excess water off before I do. While I wrestle with the mechanism, Rin stops and abruptly that I take 5 steps before I realize that she's not with me anymore. Stupid umbrella seems to be jammed. When I turn around, she is staring at me with an impassive face.
I wanted someone to say, I understand how you feel. Wouldn't that be great?
Is that an answer to the question from before? I'm not sure. Yeah, but why is that so important?
Because otherwise, I don't know if I can bear this.
I was still in the middle of folding my umbrella, so I just answered something to get the conversation going, but what she says now freezes my blood.
If someone says a joke and laughs, I want to laugh with them, right? Because a joy doubled is a joy tripled, right?
Yes?
If someone is hurt and sad, you comfort and hug them, right? Because that way...
She pauses, her mouth still halfway open, then remembers to close it. The gloom sets on her face and simultaneously on my heart.
I don't know why the words never come out.
What am I, Rin? Yes, but...
I don't know why I can laugh only when I make myself.
Yes.
I don't know why everything stays only inside me even when it feels like I'm going to burst.
Yes. Her flat, expressionless face makes me waver even when she says that. Her usual steady voice becomes only slightly quieter than normal.
But who would ever want to feel like that?
Rin looks at me, and I imagine the sadness reflecting in her eyes, whether it really is there or not.
I don't want to feel like that.
We stay silent for a little while after that. Rin, because she said all that, has said as once. Because I have no clue how to process what she just said. I don't understand what Rin is saying, or I do, but I don't want to, or the first time both of us, these things happen, and it's just to be simultaneously. The irony is not lost on me. I think everyone wants to be understood, that's universal, but that is impossible, not only for me, but for anyone. Sai says so too. You affect other people, and are affected by them, but at the end, you see everything the way only you do. Oh my god, that's something I say. All people are alone. We just use each other to alleviate that loneliness. What does he mean? I wonder why I put it like that. I just felt like that's what Saya told me rang true, as if I had always thought like that without knowing it. It feels like she articulated my thoughts in clear, simple words, and a stupid story about Picasso. Ren droops her head like a wilting flower, letting her bangs fall in front of her eyes, so I can't see them.
Why do you say that when you made me feel otherwise? It's unfair.
The shaky voice that says the words doesn't belong to Ren.
I really thought you could be different, that I wouldn't have to be alone.
It's a bitter voice of disappointment, spoken through clenched teeth and quivering chest. I'm sorry.
If you are, why do you say something unfair like that?
Her demanding tone invokes no particular feeling in me, apart from sadness that was being here since yesterday evening. She doesn't intimidate me at all, not anymore. Ren is not prodigal. Oh, God, I know what it says in my mind, but I can't say it with my words. Can you say it? Prodigal? Our genius, nor unpredictable idiot savant who could tear a logic globe of my brain into shreds whenever she opened her mouth. She's just a girl I thought I loved, and a loved one who wanted to be my friend, a friend who I let down. I say that because saying otherwise would feel like lying.
Why?
Just take it. Simple question are the hardest one. I have to close my eyes, so I focus my thoughts enough to answer her. I'm no artist. I can never be on the same level as you. There's a world only you can see. And to be a part of it, I would have to become you. That's something I cannot do, no matter how much I wish me to. Rin takes my explanation without battering an eye. Welcome back, Fuji.
I'm not a real artist either. I just paint because it makes me feel like I can really feel something. Haha!
Why do you say that?
Like what I told Jungle a while ago. If I can find my messages with Jungle, which this might take a little while.
Because you deleted them?
No, I have to go back to where he said stuff on the server.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. Alright. Profile. Send message. There we go. Where was it?
Okay. She held her breath for a while before releasing it in a long sigh-like flow.
I'll find it later. That's why I'll do it. I have decided I'll do it. Even if Isao says that, then that's what I will do.
To what? Rin starts to show little shows that she regressed into talking to herself again, but I'm glad I can snap her back even now.
Teacher and Sae have talked to someone who is a very important person. I got a scholarship for a big art school in Tokyo. He said I could transfer there and start after the summer's over, if I wanted to. I don't really get why.
Hold on, what? Why didn't you tell?
I just did. You were the first one I told, because I decided it just now.
She keeps her cool, looking only mildly surprised at my shock interjection. It's ridiculous how easy she can say something so life-changing. I can't believe it. After what happened in February, I've had enough change for this year. Even if some things were going bad right now, I don't want everything to change. But what about Yamaku? Don't you want to graduate with everyone? My plea evokes no emotion.
Everyone who?
Emmy, me, everyone? I feel my pulse rising unnervingly, and my breath becomes fast and shallow. I don't want this to happen.
Their life is not mine. You just said that. Everyone is alone.
I didn't mean it like that.
You always said that you'd have to seize the day and start living your life. I have to live my life too.
That's not the way you want it to live. Rin is twisting my words to justify running away again. It makes me angry. Her ease, finality, and seriousness in pronouncing this is unacceptable, as if changing her life is something you can do in the moment's whim. No. How can you say that? Why don't you even try to belong? The desperation accusation has no effect. It feels like I am once again out of the weapons, and I can't reach, though, to her no matter what I try. Rin is so frustrating, absolute with her own judgment, that I might make me hate her if I didn't love her, even though I don't know which I am feeling anymore.
Maybe I am that kind of a person. The kind that belongs only to herself.
We're gonna go get some chicken with Edson.
I thought I was going.
Yeah, you're going in an hour. We're gonna go to Costco right now. We're gonna go.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna like end in a bit.
Okay.
I won't accept that. Her nonchalant eyes do seem to care whether I accept her decision or not. The pause lets me cool down and find my sensibilities. While I do, the parting rain clouds revealing a setting sun that is still time to shine its last few warming rays before calling it a day. A mosaic of light and shadow spreads in the walls of the buildings on the streets and the fencing circling park on the other side of the street. Ren's shadow is long enough to reach my feet. It's like one of those western movies with two cowboys staring down, ready to sling their guns at each other. The one who loses his nerve will eat lead. I realized I would have the disadvantage because the sun behind Rin stings my eyes.
Do you hate me?
She draws first, and I have no counter. I don't know. Did I lose? Even if I did, what would it matter? I scramble my words that would salvage this. I find none. You are my friend, I promise you that. I'm not the kind of guy who forgets about promises. I think that's the most important thing we could try to...
Don't say it.
Predicting what I was going to say, Rin throws herself into my arms, pressing her body against mine. I feel her rising on her tippy toes to match my height and snuggle closer. Her scent of her hair and that of the rain paint thinner, her body feels as cold as always, her breathing against my neck as hot as always. It's funny how all those feel so familiar even though Rin, as a whole, does not.
Are you sure you can't hate me?
Oh my gosh, it's something you would say. Isn't it?
Yeah. We're almost done with the second Ren ending. Yay!
Are we?
Yes.
And then we have to go back again.
And then we have to do the good Ren ending, and then we have to do all the cutscenes that we missed, and then I bet we'll get another one that I don't like very much.
Nigga should have laid down the trap card. Rin whispers into my ears, so close I could feel movements of her lips against my earlobe. It's teasing, taunting. It's some kind of situation. I'm sure it would tickle tantalizingly, and I would wiggle even though I'm a guy.
It would be easier if you did.
Don't know, it's pretty hard when you're hugging me like that. I wonder if it's because of the sullen voice, but she takes a step back, looking wistfully at my short arms. I wish she hadn't done that.
I can't hug anyone, Hassan. I'm a bad person like that.
You're not a bad person.
Why are you talking to Ren, Alan? Why are you talking to Ren, Alan?
I was about to say, I was gonna type to you. I was like, when I'm talking to, like, Rin, or to, like, any other person in the distance, I'm probably talking to you. Because somehow I relate. Oh god, thanks.
What? That's why I have to go.
She disarms me, completing 3 simple sentences, rendering me unable to argue anymore. And since I can't, Rin is free to continue as she wills, shifting her weight from one foot to another before she does.
Well, I will learn to hug people in my own way. I'm sure I can become a real artist. But if I do, I might not be able to me anymore.
The hint of a smile on her lips is a betrayal, a false sign of self-confidence in a future that even Rin can't foresee. I want to interpret it as a sign of hope, but I know better. Rin just keeps smiling, that awkward forced smile of hers.
That's why. Please forget about me. And I will forget about you too.
In this situation, if that were you, I would say I would never forget about you.
This is like stuff that I've said before.
I know you have, and then in this situation, I would say I would never forget about you. Or I would never, like... You know what I would say.
I can't find my messages.
What do you mean you can't find your messages?
I remember there was a message where I told Jungle things that should not be repeated on the stream, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't find it.
I know.
I'm sure that
She chokes in the middle of saying something I could never come to hear. I don't think I wanted to hear anyways. Hello, Voogie. Welcome to the channel.
Hi. You want to hear me get really close to tears, but yet feel absolutely nothing, unlike when I actually will have tears in other ones.
Mm-hmm. Hanako.
Hanako, Lily, Shazam, all the tears.
It's not fair. Rin's not joking. Rin is always serious. But I can't accept it. I can't forget about you. How could I ever? Oh my gosh, it's exactly what I said to you. This is what I like to say, but I don't know how I could continue. I can't come up with anything good to say, so I have to challenge her. Why in you? Oh. Oh, so that's a little pretty. How can you say such a thing? Rin raises her eyes to meet mine. They are serious and deep, perfect images of an uncharted territory I always thought they are. Even though I can't read her emotions from those unblinking jade irises, they never could reflect the way they saw.
It's easy. After all, I'm good at forgetting things.
Her unfairness is choking my throat, but I managed to utter the question burning my mind. So, is this it? Is this goodbye? Ren kept looking at me gently without answering my question. From her eyes, I could see that she didn't seem even need to say anything. There were no more words for us. She turned around and walked off without looking back. All around me, the world kept changing, little by little, but I was left standing there. Thank you for the follow. Well, that's a lot of follows. Sad face. The sun dropped below the horizon, casting long, thin shadows across the street. In the wanting light, Rin's distance back seems like from a faraway dream. The gap between us grew slowly. The ripples of the puddle she stepped in, expanding until they met the limits of their tiny existence and disappeared without a trace. Her words stayed frozen deep inside my heart. Is that the end?
Yes.
Yeah. Skip it.
Yes.
Okay. Delete this. Start from here.
Good job, us.
Why do you say that? Because we got the bat neutral ending?
Yeah.
Okay. But what if I found someone like that? Then what? Do you really think it would be some kind of be-all, end-all, star-crossed lovers and happy ever after? My question is met with a blank stare of darkness in her eyes, unfazed by a thinly veiled bitterness.
No, I don't think that.
I'm pretty sure every time we do this, we're just confusing the audience.
Yeah, we are. We should have done it the way I did it.
Yeah, but this makes more sense to me, even though it makes sense to no one else.
And at least then I wouldn't have to be alone.
She whispers the words to the lights of the town, but I hear them anyway.
I shouldn't have done this. Not yet.
The exhibition? She nods and closes her eyes, breathing calmly as if to prove she can, and then continually talking to herself. Why? Wrong conjunction of the planets?
No, not that. I double-checked and I got up with the left foot, and I did everything else left. I mean right. It's me. I was wrong.
She stands straight and stretches before stepping past me out in the street. Wait, where are you going? She stops her tracks and turns around, looking at me quizfully.
School. I'm leaving.
What? Why?
Because I want to be me.
Aw, yay. That's the most happiest thing ever. Rin walks off, leaving me behind utterly confused. Rin? But something she said really touched me, or maybe it was the way she said it. Maybe it was the fact that she said it. I want to say something back to her before I forget this feeling again. If it's granted me a wish, Rin stops in her tracks. She doesn't turn around, just keeps waiting for me to say what I want to say, even though I didn't have time to think of what. Rin, listen, I don't believe you have to be alone, even if I never meet anyone like that. I don't think she could hear my words, but either way, she doesn't react in any way. For the final time, she starts walking away from the gallery. God damn it. Mm-hmm. So, nice to see ya. I can only shake my head as it doesn't seem to be a sufficient answer. I have to say something. She ran away. What? The horrific realization spreads to his face like wildfire. He looks so disgusting. This is a fiasco. Catastrophe. What is this girl thinking? The most important life event of her life, and she runs off. And you, why didn't you stop her? I'm gonna hold you personally responsible. Saya interrupts him, holding her hand up calmingly. It's good she intervened. The teacher was starting to get a few weird looks from the nearby guests. Yeah, he's terrifying.
No, Sunichi. She probably just had a stage fright. Don't worry. I didn't know her as well as you people do, but I get the image that she's somewhat peculiar.
Mm-hmm. Peculiar's one word to call her.
This kind of thing can happen. It'll be fine. I'll explain that she suddenly became ill. The guests will surely understand.
Also, yay, 2 viewers. Yay! Can't believe they actually stayed for this. But...
Look around you. Everyone seems to be rather happy with their free wine and chit-chat.
I guess we'll be fine, but we're missing on opportunities here. Networking, making contracts and acquaintances. As the adults keep arguing with something that can't be helped, Emmy tugs my sleeve in to get my attention. Doesn't look very happy either.
Come on.
Where?
We're going to find Ren and kick her ass. What?
What?
I can't believe it. She's so stupid.
I think that's the smartest thing she ever did.
Just read it for me.
Okay. What? Rin, how could she do this? I'm telling you, she doesn't have a bit of common sense in her head. Emmy is seriously angry. Only missing steam rise from her ears.
I have to go now.
Oh god, no.
Have fun.
No. Did your horses need you now?
No, they're making me.
They're making you eat?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to ask someone?
If you feel like it.
No. It's fine. I guess I'll read this.
Yeah, you read it. Here, I'll watch the stream.
No. How could you?
Watch the stream.
Anything but that. Also, I feel like my friend is streaming, but she's not, or maybe she is, I don't know. I guess I understand Emmy is that kind of person. Oops. Give up? She's never felt that part of her vocabulary, and maybe she feels it shouldn't be part of anyone's vocabulary. It'd probably be best for her to leave her alone for tonight. What? Are you a Rin expert now?
Here's what I'll do. I'll put myself on push talk.
On your phone.
and I will try to come back if it's possible. And if you're still streaming, if not, have fun.
Well,
At least it's the voices you can do.
no, it's not.
It's not Lily. That's the important part.
If anything, Lily would have been the best part.
You can go now.
Alright. I'll see you in a bit. She takes a firm stance and puts her hands on her hips confrontantly. It's like she wants to pick a fight with me, too. No, I don't think it's possible in the first place. I don't think kicking her ass would do any good. Her melancholic remark surprisingly works as Emmy slumps her shoulders a little and sighs. I know that. You do? The last thing I did it changed nothing. The ride back to school was an empty, late night bus and silent. Both of us kept staring at the lights, flashing past the windows without saying a word. The night grounds are quiet, lit only by the wan moon. A light post. It says goodnight in front of the dormitory. Emmy reflexively clenches her fist, compels me to ensure that she doesn't assault Rin the moment I left her out of my sight. Promise me not to scold her. She doesn't look at me, her eyes again flaring with anger, and then match the calming stare I have. It's only easy to face an angry woman if you're not the target of her eerie. After a minute of mismatched staring contest, she sighs and shakes her head in defeat. Not you too, Hasao. Did you know that? Hints of a smile and tugging her corner of her mouth, and says that she seems a lot more relaxed. A sudden change of mood. Maybe she wasn't angry to seem to begin with. Maybe her mood changes easily. If I was, I wouldn't let you have your way. Does that mean you're only nice to Ren? Both of us are hiding our concern behind empty jokes, but at least it puts me in a good mood. She wags her eyebrows, a half-amused smirk, trying to push her buttons. Not gonna work. No, it just means I'm not nice only to you. Hey! Good night, Emmy. Hey, 3 viewers? What? Last night was before summer vacation is warranting slowly. Science is the final exam of the trimester, and then we're free. The collective yearning for liberty is most palpable in the classroom, even though the weather seems to be a tad cloudy. It might rain today, who knows? I finished the tests because it was pretty easy, so I'm doodling lazy on this flip side of the paper, waiting for Mutsu to call time. Wait, didn't I already read this? Skip mode. Yes. Vacation, huh? Some people will stay at school even over the holidays. Some will go back to their families. I don't know what to do. I should go buy a train ticket, my trip back home, and can't bring myself to do it. I bet I'm gonna get a call from home again. Mom's gonna pester me about when I'm coming back, and I'm not going to know what to answer. This is really lousy. In the current state of things with Ren, it feels like I can't just bail out on here and pretend we are, though. And now she just other problems of her own. I thought the exhibition opening would give her a breather, but I was sorely mistaken. Its angle just seems to be thickening. A sharp knock on the door interrupts the quiet and frantic move at the last 15 minutes of the exam. Come in. Oh, god damn it. The opening door reveals the art teacher, who steps in, jacket swirling around him, though the gust of wind. He glances at Muto, who glances back at him. A frown spreads simultaneously on both of their faces. The men measure which of each other with their gazes. Oh god, this is like the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. Excuse me, can I borrow Mr. Nakai for a moment? Excuse me, Mr. Noyama. We are in the middle of an exam here. A cheerly atmosphere, appeared spread the middle of the summer afternoon as two men try to stare each other down.
This is urgent, and it seems that Nikai is already finished.
Both men turned to look at me, staring at me like a pair of basilisks trying to petrify a tasty snack. It's true I had been idle for a good while now, so Noyama is right, but... Nikai, would you go check your answers one more time? Muto speaks with an odd intoxication, weighing certain words. I was trying to send a message. The pressure of the stakes made me rapidly shake my head, which apparently interpreted the answer of some sort. There you are, Nikai. Go to Mr. Noyama, if you please. Take your bag with you and bring your test paper to my desk. You have a nice vacation. You too, teacher. The entire world, well, at least the classroom seems to hold its breath just as me putting the exam on hold until I stand up, collect my stuff, and walk into the door. I feel the stares on the back of my neck. The classmates probably think I'm in some detention or something on the last day of school before summer vacation. I don't know what the teacher wants from me, but I can guess it's probably not detention, or also probably has something to do with Rin again. Noyama doesn't take me anywhere, contenting himself with the hallway as it's completely abandoned.
Do you know where Tetsuya is?
Though he's trying to avoid the teacher, par for the course probably, I wonder if she realizes she can't avoid dealing with his indefinitely. I have no idea. You probably have to ask her homeroom next door.
Of course I have. I've searched every nook and cranny for that blasted school and the girls' dorm. You are the last person to see her yesterday, and you are her friend. Work with me here, aren't you worried?
I am, but I don't know what I could do. Rin said something incomprehensible yesterday even for her. She seemed really confused. Maybe she just wants time to think then. I got the feeling that she had second thoughts about having the exhibition. Or something. She didn't really explain what was wrong.
What? Second thoughts?
I don't know. Just got that feeling. I had been a little dishonest with the teacher, but it's not something I would be meddling with. He came to me, yes, why? Maybe he thinks I had some kind of confidence of Rin's, but I don't think I can help in this matter. The teacher huffs and scratches his head in confusion.
What's up with that girl? This is so unlike her. She's always so goal-driven.
That's the opposite of Rin. Goal-driven? Those don't really strike me as the words to describe Rin with. To me, she's always felt obsessive at best. I don't think to be rude, but that wasn't it who pushed Rin in that direction in the first place.
Her goal is my goal. That's a mentor's job.
I guess so. I just don't know if painting is what makes her happy.
It's pretty preposterous of you to say, Nakai.
He suddenly sounds pretty irritated. Did I say something stupid?
You don't understand, do you? It's not a question of happiness. For every gain, there is a sacrifice to be made. There is no free lunch, but could I? Would I let a girl waste away her talent if she had a moment of doubt? Never. Painting is a work just like any other. Tetsuka might make it look like child's play to you, but she works hard every day and makes her art to become extraordinary. One has to make an extraordinary effort.
The more the teacher talks, the more I feel like Rin doesn't think like that, even though I have no idea what she thinks.
I can very well understand why she would sacrifice her summer vacation and make up for lost classes and exams to get a chance of showing her art. That's the path she has taken, and to go all the way, that's not easy. I know she's young, and things are hard for her, just like all those kids here. Is this school, but that's no excuse.
He is finished. But
do you have anything like that art is to Tetsuya?
no. That's right, I have only vague ideas of my future. No goal to shoot for, no dream to blindly reach for. I joined an art club in search for something I could be interested in, to be inspired by. Did I find something like that? All I find in the end was Bryn. No, I don't have passion like that.
Then you can't understand.
His flat statement allows no counter-argument. But she might not understand even herself. Still, I can carry on arguing, out of spite, if nothing else.
How could she not? She's been at it so hard for the past few weeks, and she puts off even coming to school. Not to say anything about attending classes won't be ridiculous.
I don't think I'm being ridiculous, but I have no rebuttal. Noyama seems to consider this one his win.
At any rate, this opening is quite successful despite Tetsuya. Tetsuka hardly showing up. Many people are interested in her works, and One Piece they even sold for a reasonable price.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it's fantastic news. I hope that Tetsuka would come to her senses when she heard about this, but...
He sighs and takes off his glasses, cleaning them against his jacket before putting them on his nose again.
At any rate, I should be going. There is a mess to settle with Sai and everyone. If you see Tetsuka, please ask her to come see me. Otherwise, have a nice vacation.
Thanks. After he disappeared around the corner, I ponder where Bryn could really be. It feels like she has not one, but at least half a dozen of these secret places. I balance between the desire to solve, entangle, and drop for it good. The disused classroom is just a few feet away. What do I do? As I push open the door of the shadows greet me from inside. Hey there. She's standing in the middle of the sunlit room, peering through the gaps of the curtain out in the yard. Like often before, she doesn't start to jump. She calmly waits for me and makes her first move. It's as if she's trying to become a permanent part of the furniture. The teacher's looking for you. A blank look over her shoulder is all I get, accompanied by a crimson non-expression on her face.
Alright, are you looking for me too?
Nah, I already found you, didn't I?
Did you?
She furrows her brow, looking so puzzled that it makes me wonder if the question was asked in all seriousness. Maybe it was. Are you talking metaphorically now?
You mean like hills, caves, dark, stormy nights? I'm really bad at talking like that.
The abrupt end of greeting gives me a chance to close the door behind me and sit down in dust-covered desktop. Rin stands, but at least she turns around. I soon wish she didn't, though, so oppressive, her expected stare. This is a place I'm an intruder, although a tolerant one. Despite that, she still waits for me to say something. If only knew what. A sudden silence presses me towards decisions. I came here without really thinking what I would do, apart from delivering Noyama's short message in Rin's case was here. She was, and now I don't know what else I want to say, what else I should say. I hover between the two options for a moment. Rin being troubles me too. It's a surprising revelation, almost as big as realizing that she really is troubled was. Nothing I do would probably help, and I might be particularly to blame here too. Does it mean I have to wash my hands of her? Didn't think so. So, what's wrong?
Nothing.
She starts turning away again, as if trying to physically exit the conversation and doesn't want to have to leave. Rin, stop trying to dodge me or I'll leave.
Okay.
Do you want me to leave?
Are you still angry?
It took us, or was it only me, 10 seconds to swap up the conversation into this. I wish it would erase the past or falling that forget it all about it. I've wished for more than once for a few months. Let's put that aside for the time being, alright?
If you say so.
I do, so what's wrong? Sai and Omiyama were not too happy that you ran off yesterday. You left them in quite a pinch, and I suppose the teacher wants some kind of explanation. It seems like you just threw out everything you had worked for, and I don't get it. Why?
Did I make a mistake?
She reprimanded my flat answer so much without a usual expectedness and presumed interactions that it might just go as well as anyone else talking. Neither of us like to be used to be. This stiffing, constricting feeling I get every time I look at Rin nowadays seems like a mirror of her own behavior. I hate things that got so irreplaceably wrong. Ever since February, I've hated them. What can I say? Her question is trailed off by compelling, quizzical stare that makes me sigh and frown. Conversations nobody wants to have are the worst. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's probably was pretty stupid. She responds with a sigh of her own. Probably hers is not nearly as heavy as mine was.
I just couldn't do it.
But why? What's wrong? A pause and furrowed brow, a quiet voice.
Let it be, Hasao. I don't think I could really explain it the way that would make sense.
Yeah, Rin would want to have a conversation either. That might be for better. But how rare of her to admit that she has some kind of limits. I always thought Rin was some ignorance of her tendencies to be distracted so much that she would inadvertently obfuscate everything she says. You never explain anything in a way that would make sense.
Nobody ever asked me to.
I guess that's how it is, but I always wanted to make sense of you, to find out who you are. I always wanted to. Can't you see? I know you can't, but I do. It's why I kept this up. It pains me so much. It pains me. It's unlike to be of any other use to either. We did things and said things, and that can't be undone. It's as if you and me being close to each other just hurts us both. But we still deliberately keep doing it. Isn't that silly? Even now I could see how you forced yourself to respond even though you owe me nothing. Even it's hard talking about things like this. Why? Why is it that you paint?
Because I don't know what else I could do. It's like the feeling that there's no choice, that's only possibility. Like when the only watermelon flavored popsicles left in the store, but you need to eat a popsicle.
A poor metaphor aside, she didn't really answer anything. It's possible she makes even less sense than not knowing. But if you don't want to paint...
Not like that. You can come to school even though you probably didn't want to have a heart attack.
She pauses, frowning as if something in what she said didn't please her.
At least I think you want it.
He carefully followed and turned to another short pause and another smaller frown.
Would you like to have a heart attack?
No, I wouldn't, and I didn't want to.
But you're doing fine, aren't you? Or are you still sad about it?
Rin's question makes me realize that I haven't really thought about my illness for weeks. Aside from chugging down my medication every day, there has been no need for concern myself with my broken heart, which I'm only thankful for recently. Really. Getting to know new people, a new school, a new town, a new life, it all caught me and made the past fade away. No, I guess even I can't dwell on the past indefinitely.
See, even watermelon doesn't really taste bad if you have to eat it.
Her half-nonsense closure seems to put an end to the subject in Rin's mind, so I just nod in uncertain confirmation. There's two kinds of science, awkward ones that you want to break, and comfortable ones that you don't mind. The first kinds are bad because it makes your thoughts go awry, like mine's do now. Looking at Rin makes me feel bad. I don't want to feel like this. Looking at Rin makes me feel exhausted. I really tried my best. She tried to. I have no idea. But we ended up like this, and she ended up screwing up her exhibition opening. It feels like we're at the dead end. There's no direction to continue to. I reached out for her yesterday thinking it would be the last time. She walked away. I wanted to be me. What the heck does that even mean? Rin, if anyone is most definitely herself. I feel kind of relieved that I'm not the one to blame, but it still grates on my mind. Why did she run away? I don't have any sense yesterday. It doesn't make sense today. The things she said feels like they should make sense, but they just don't to me. You know, about that thing you said.
Which one of them?
Painting. Saya said something like that to me before. A true artist doesn't not paint because she wants to, but because she must. And I've been wondering what she said. Why do artists have to paint? My question is probably pretty stupid. At least Rin looks at me in a blank way that seems to say so.
I don't know. Am I an artist?
Well, you paint stuff, and you have an exhibition too. I'd say you qualify.
I think I don't know, but okay.
The thinking pause that follows seems to last only half eternity. Unlike most people, Rin doesn't flavor her thinking. Pause my body language.
Yes.
You're scary.
Hi!
Hi. What happened?
I ate food and now I'm back.
That was fast.
How did it go?
Terrifying. You scared me.
Okay, continue as if I'm not here.
Are you sure you don't want to read Rin's lines?
I'll read Rin's lines
Okay.
because I am Rin.
Okay. Or anything. Were you watching my stream?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Okay. I've noticed I might prefer her way. The usual way even annoys me. As if people were infatuated by the sound of their own voice. They just have to keep making some noise even when they're just thinking when they say next. Rin just comes up to a full stop while she's thinking. It's disconcerting. Because reacting to people spacing out is kind of hard, but she comes off as less obnoxious.
I think I want to see what's inside me. Not the way doctors and serial killers do. Okay. The way that doesn't make me feel lonely. This is what you call metaphorical, you see.
Please don't lecture me about self-evident things.
It's not self-evident. This is self-evident.
So, you present a painting to someone and expect them to magically see a glimpse of your soul?
It's not like that. It's just a little, not really. Don't you understand?
I do, and I don't. You know, I feel a little bit of despair every time I ask that question.
What question?
About whether I understand you or not. She really almost surprised at my clarification.
Oh, it's not really a question. It's one of those kind that you don't have to answer.
Rhetorical. Rhetorical.
Yeah, that's the word. A question that is not a question. It's a rhetorical question. How nice. That reminds me, it doesn't really make sense. What kind of a question is one that isn't a question?
A rhetorical one? That sounds like a joke, but it's not.
Nope. What kind of an answer is an answer that doesn't answer anything? Rin!
Yes, and also I was trying to make. I think I made everyone super depressed with my.
What did you do?
I did nothing. Shh, it's okay. It's okay.
Alan.
It's okay. It's okay. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
You do sound really sad in the stream, if that's what you're talking about.
You heard that.
You sounded very, very sad in the stream, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sadness is transmuted. Like it's palpable. You could feel the sadness kind of situation. No?
I mean, did I not make everyone depressed when I was very close to forcing myself to cry to get effect?
Well, that's acting, you know?
Yeah, you kind of did sound a little sad, but it's okay.
Was I not supposed to?
No, you're supposed to. It's okay.
Why are you saying it's okay?
It's okay.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something.
It's okay.
Is that a rhetorical question?
You are not funny.
Adolf Hitler is in the channel. It's like it's not. It's funny because like that happened at the exact same time. He joined, and I was like, "It's not. You're not funny." This is what their name is. Control C, Control V, Enter. Look at that. It's basically Adolf Hitler, but it's not.
Adolf Hitler.
Exactly. Rin is
That's
best girl.
nice.
They said Rin is
It's like
best.
that video where it's like, I usually play Moira. Well, you're not going to be playing her any Moira.
Huh. Oh, sorry, I just got that like 3 seconds after you said it. I was like, oh, you like playing Moira? Or are you not going to be playing any more? You said it better. You're not funny.
I said that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it to me because I'm not funny.
But if you don't like it, would you like me to say something else instead? I don't have any good ones, so how about your pants are on fire? This can be our secret language.
Rin's honest to goodness silliness made twice more ridiculous by the fact that I know she's dead serious derails me like it always does. It's like some kind of safety lock to prevent me from becoming too much of a worrywart, dragging me and my own thoughts off in the ground where they should be. It makes me smile, confused only by the inside. Even though the corners of my mouth are not drying into the grin, they still impressed by the ease of the wrecking of my attempt to be too serious. Should she will so forget and ignore things that bug her, things that bother her? Should she will so be free to whatever burning means being her means? Am I the only one that feels burdened by being myself? No thanks, but still, the times when I feel like I am the same page as you're pretty rare. It feels like there's a huge gap in things you just go on the same side, and I don't have any way to reach you from where I am. It's like you are some kind of completely different space at times, even though you are right there. That's right. There's an unmountainable discontinuity, an imaginary glass wall that blocks comprehension from happening. There might be a gap between any two people, but what Rin is feels more tangible. Rin does not react to my thoughts, not the ones I utter out loud, nor the ones I did not. It's even worse with art. I'm not very good at art, I admit it. I joined the art club because I thought it could be interesting. And I guess it is. I like art. I like your art too, but just like with you, I can't comprehend it. And I'm pretty sure nobody really can. This seems to worry her slightly.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I guess art is meant to be interpreted and understood. That's how I put it.
That's a sad thought.
I guess it might feel like one. Does it make you feel sad for yourself? Ren thinks about this for a while, then shakes her head surprisingly vehemently. The first thing she focuses her eyes on after is me. Both of these things made me glad and relieved. That's good, isn't it? Anyways, you should go see the teacher and apologize properly. I think he is worried about you. Can you do that? This time she nods her head. Only it's not Valheim. The hallway is empty, almost intimidating. Noyama's office is the art classroom in the other end of the third floor hallway. Our steps echo disturbingly. The atmosphere is unlike the normal afternoon. It feels like the school knows that nobody will be coming back for a month too. The door is open, but not very inviting. I'll, wait outside. Nodding barely noticeably, Rin strikes in without stopping, and actually without knocking. Maybe that's why it takes a few seconds before I hear the teacher's voice from inside.
There you are.
Hello.
Conflict arise. Should I stay here or somewhere else? I'm not sure if I even want to eavesdrop on them. Manners ooze to curiosity, and so I stay close enough to listen in. Their voices echo in the hall, but no matter, there's nobody around to save me.
Dear girl, what on earth were you thinking? Leaving like that on the big night?
I couldn't say anything.
Compared to Noyama's scolding tone, Rin sounds awfully quiet and withdrawn. Her words seem drowned under his.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed in you, Tetsuka.
It was no good at all.
Never mind all the things I did for you, but what about Sae? What about all the guests who wanted to meet you?
There was nobody. Even Hisao.
Okay, that's a lie. I came here just for you.
Have you embarrassed us very badly, Tetsuka?
What is that?
What?
Why does it make me feel so uncomfortable?
Hmm?
I think I need this for myself.
Reputation is what counts. Surely you know that.
It's alright. I don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it.
Just extras gallery 9. Yes.
Just mute every time you don't see it. It's fine. It's fine. You can pass through this. You got this. Bear through.
Mute.
Good job.
Don't need it? What do you think you know?
Rin replies only to agitate the teacher more, his voice rising with every sentence.
The path of an artist is a thorny one. I'll tell you that. Thorny.
Mute.
You have to see the big picture. There'll be bad times and good times.
Things are like they are. It'll be alright. Even.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute every time.
You might now think that's, oh, so wonderful and easy, and how far you could have had gone without me. I don't always be there for you. When you lie on the floor with your minuscule room, your rent's 3 weeks late, your mind blank for the 4th week straight, then you will wish you had listened to old Noyama for a bit. When you keep measuring how the shadow of your chair becomes longer over the spring because all your lethargy allows, maybe that's when you start caring about your career.
That doesn't matter.
My voice
I don't
is
know
dead.
what doesn't matter, but something doesn't matter.
You know I mute my mic so you can't hear it, right?
Yeah, I was muting you myself, but then I realized you muted yourself.
Yep. So don't worry about hearing that again.
Your resolve is not enough.
I'm not a resolved person.
You're not a resolved person. Then tell me why? Why did we go through this?
Oh my
this
God.
trouble, if it amounts to mosquito shit.
This guy is a bigger dick than Geronimo.
Then who?
Shizune's father.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Vincent.
Vincent, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not you if there's someone watching named Vincent. Different Vincent.
Yes, the Vincent only we know. Oh dear, the teacher blew a fuse. Him yelling at Rin makes me feel like a bystander's guilt. If I had gotten with her, maybe he wouldn't have gotten so angry. If I had let her run away, he wouldn't have gotten angry in the first place. I should still go and save her. I don't think I can. The same. I yelled at Rin too, and I'm feeling all the more embarrassed about it now. I just felt my vents of anger, and her face was because I felt it was her fault, and it was so frustrating. There was no justification, as just the teacher is. A terrible silence upon the hallway. Rin doesn't have anything to say to Noyama. Whether she has run out of answers or she knows the arguing would only make him angrier is anyone's guess. The teacher has nothing more to say either. It seems, or maybe he just ran out of breath. For moments I imagine the two of them just staring at each other, one full of red-hot anger, the other one full of, yes, what? I can't tell how Rin feels, not before, not now. Teacher seems to expect Rin to say something too, but then she doesn't finally continue in quieter, but not less angry voice.
What worth is there in doing so much work if the outcome is nothing?
Still, Rin does not say anything.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked so excited.
The words not sound sorry at all. Rather, his tone is cold and sharp, like he was playing the words out of his mouth.
It seems that I expected too much. You're not an artist after all.
Yeah, not sorry at all. He storms out the club room and down the stairs without noticing me. After he's gone, I peek inside the classroom. Rin is left standing there in front of the teacher's desk.
I couldn't say I am sorry.
She says it without the humid air in the classroom, not to me. But since the room won't answer her, I have to. That was unfair of him. He was angry, but still. I can't decide how to end the sentence. Disdaining the teacher feels like disdaining my own behavior for the 2 days ago. Stupid but correct in hindsight. Rin won't answer, staying petrified when she stands, so I walk up to her. She stood up to herself in a way I didn't expect that. I can't determine whether it's unbecoming or not, but either way she did it. Against me, she never did. I sort of wish she had. Maybe I could have felt this bad then. Lately it seems I have been wishing for all kinds of things. Rin?
Go away.
Why? What are you saying?
You're angry with me too, right? I thought you were my friend. I thought he was too.
Her voice is not
Have
like...
you heard him? He's not your friend.
What? Yeah, old man Mr. Creepums is not your friend. He is like the opposite of your friend. It's like, I'm using you. I want you.
Come here, little girl.
That's what he does every time he's in screen.
Oh, Tetsuka, my star pupil.
That's what he does every time.
Get off the red route. Get off the red route now.
It's like, it's not safe here. Her voice is unlike I've ever heard it. It's bitter sharp, like needles. She keeps staring pointing at her toes. I don't think it's about that. I just wanted you to be something you're not, and I take a breath and finally catch her eyes on my own, locking our gaze. I'm sorry. I wanted us to be something else too. More the friends. Maybe that's why I couldn't contain myself and became so frustrated, just like the teacher did.
What more? There's nothing more to me than me. That's all I am. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I understand that. And that's why I like you for you. Well, an answer should be obvious, right? I remember myself thinking of the purpose of friendship. To put up with everything and anything to be there for your friend. Did I fail as a friend? Thinking it would be a stepping stone for something else? Did you feel like my head moved towards your icon?
Yes, I did. Like, I stare at your icon a lot, and then when I'm talking to you, it's weird.
Because, like, the Discord isn't on another screen. I'm looking at the thing, and then as soon as, like, I read that, I turned to the other screen to look at your screen. I was like, I feel like you felt that with that pause.
Yeah.
Maybe because of those thoughts, I didn't manage to put up with things, to keep it together. And outrageous as Bryn is and was, I shouldn't have let myself get caught into that. Especially when I started to feel the way I did towards her. So, did I fail? That's what her eyes seem to ask. I'm sorry, Ren. I might not be able to be your friend. I don't think I could ever be a good friend to you. Hey, Emmy's back.
Oh, the person named me?
Yeah, Emmy and Barazaki.
Yay! Is Emmy your favorite character, Emmy and Barazaki?
Yes, Emmy's favorite character is Emmy, and Adolf Hitler is Ren. Because this is legit what he said.
My favorite character is Shizune, and I know everyone hates Shizune, but I love her.
I like Shizune. And you know why?
You have reasons to like Shizune.
Yeah. And even if I didn't have reasons to like Shizune, I would still like Shizune. Probably the same reasons why I like you. I say these things because they are true, not because one of us would like to hear them. Up, and Emmy left. Bye, Emmy. But there is something that must be said. The finality of the words created shaking silence, for what could either of us add to that?
Why does this all happen? People are doing things I don't ask for and don't want, and everyone keeps getting angry at me. I have no idea what's going on anymore, and I can't stop feeling like I want to run away from everything.
I just noticed that your written voice sounds like you're about to cry.
Yeah.
I just noticed
I told you, I'm making myself cry for effect. Did you not listen?
Yeah, I know, but I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
I'm like poking myself in the eyes so that I do that voice.
No, please don't.
This is all for the stream.
Don't. It's not worth it.
The purity of the stream. Now when we get to the Lily Hanago goodbye scene, I'm just gonna be crying anyway. So it'll be fine.
By the way, what you see on your screen is not what the people see on their screen. Because, like, I just noticed that because it stretches my thing, Ren looks fatter in the stream that she does on the actual game. So in the stream, Ren looks normal. In like the game, Ren basically looks anorexic.
Yeah, Ren's very small because she doesn't eat.
Like, have you seen what's called what Ren looks like on the stream?
Yeah, I have. Here, I'll go. Well, I'll check on my other phone.
Yeah, if you look at it, like it's slightly like bigger. Or like if I like share my entire screen, change windows, this. Okay, look at this. Look at Rin's.
Yeah,
and
she
then look at
looks
that.
normal. A normal person. Misha must look really fat.
No. I don't know. I haven't noticed Misha. We haven't been doing Misha very much.
But comfort Misha.
Yeah, comfort Misha. She shuts her eyes tight and breathes out deeply, calmly. Then, eyelids open. All I can see is dark green desperation.
I have no idea what's wrong with me.
Nothing's wrong with you. Her Frecknick.
I'm gonna go blind from doing this.
No, stop it. Stop doing that.
More than usual.
I'll say Ren's lines if that'll stop
Maybe
you.
if I poke myself with this chopstick.
No, stop it. I will read every line if I have to. Just
No,
to
you
protect
won't.
you.
We're doing great. Let's go.
Stop stop hurting yourself.
I can't believe you didn't understand what I meant by I'm forcing myself to cry.
I thought you meant something else. Just don't hurt yourself. It's not worth it.
Oh, I'm good.
No, but for a moment and for a heartbeat, we gaze into each other's face. Seeing her confused eyes, desperate, looking for answers in minds only makes me sad, because I know I have none. I don't know either. But you know, you yourself said that things are not right or wrong. They just are. You either accept them, work to change them, or give up. It's not that I hate you, or the teacher Noyama does. I just think that I'm the kind of person who gives up when he feels he can't go on. And even if you hate this is how things are. I'm saying pretty cruel things, but I can't stop myself. The words keep rolling off my tongue with slow, hard clarity, certainty. I can see them hitting Rin almost like physical blows, with the wetness gathering the corners of her eyes. Don't cry. They still wide with the shock of rejection. Now she's crying. Stop it. As the tears start rolling down her pale cheek as she does nothing to stop them. As they fall down to the floor one by one, she stands still, staring at me with a gaze full of hollow disbelief. But reality catches up. Rin slumps towards and deflating. She blurs her face deep in the shirt if she can. Rin is heavy, feather-light. When I support her weight, she doesn't really sob or brawl. She leans against me, letting her tears burn through my shirt, into my skin
Oh, look,
underneath.
she's crying. I should cry for effect.
No. The bad, Angela. Bad. Do not hurt yourself. And I let out her, bringing her hands around her shoulders in clumsy hug. That's no good to comfort her. I can feel Rin's vertebrae against my fingertips, like hard, jagged reminders of how messed up things are. Her slim shoulders quivering against my palms, a pitiful sight. And hopeless of being part of a cause of Rin's sadness keeps shredding my heart. To make a girl cry is the most despicable thing to do. Even Rin, especially Rin. Behind that veil of aloofness, is just a human being too. Just as confused, scared, and lost as any of us is. Most of the time it seems that there's no rhyme or reason for what Rin does and says, but for once, think I really understand how she feels, but no words can express it. No words can make it better. So wordless we stay, quietly waiting for tears to run out. Time passes agonizingly slow when the lazy specks of dust floating in air seem to pause in a standstill. The obligatory wall clock is ticking, distracting from the above of the door. I decide against counting the seconds because it would only feel longer. Eventually, Rin stirs a little and still
Oh,
smothering.
that's really pretty.
Yeah, the light hues. I don't know what you see. I legit don't know what you see. Muttering into my shirt.
Stop reading my lines.
Are you sure? Are you not
I'm
gonna
good.
stab yourself in the eye?
Not much.
Why don't you just hold your nose?
That doesn't make me cry. I
Yeah.
do that to torture my. Okay, never mind.
What are you doing? Explain.
Do you not? Have I not explained what some other time?
Typity type. Okay, after the stream ends, you're talking to me.
Okay, I'll type it out here. Let me be here for a while. Please, Sal. Just give me a little while.
A soothing deluge spreads of my consciousness. The knowledge that while being here for Ren is all I could do for her. That's all she wants right now, even after all we've gone through. Sure. So she stays there, but I can't bring myself to draw her closer so I can embrace her properly, because doing it would just make me so sad, and I don't know if I could bear it. The realization that we must have never really been able to become what we wanted to be for each other often crystallizes into my mind like a diamond hard enlightenment. A pang surges through my heart like an electric shock. It's painful. The clarity hurts. What can we do for each other? What meaning is there for desperate cling to each other, for even though it seems so futile? What should I say to Rin? How can I make her feel better? I don't know any of these things, and I fear knowing what would only hurt more. Forcefully I push all of my mind because I don't want to be thinking of hurtful thoughts. My thoughts calm down soon enough. The sadness disperses until what's left of me, a Rin, and the tender feeling of the warmth and softness against my cheek. When did I fall for her? I can't remember. I'm certain it was way before the warm touch of her lips on my own, on that orange-colored afternoon, when she was sick in the cold, and I went to see her before the unclear reasons. Her carefree attitude and the air of otherness around her, all those things that make Rin herself, those things that capture me with irresistible force. The way she would take things and everything, given their only value she herself placed, weighing all things fairly and without prejudice, seeing the world as she wanted.
There you go. There's a random T at the end of it. Edit. Delete the T. Yes. Bye-bye T. Okay. Good. You didn't know to the extent. There. Now you know extent.
Can I
So
stop?
it's really not that bad what I'm doing right now. It's fine, and it makes the stream nicer.
No, please. Can I stop you?
Not right now.
Well, later
Maybe.
in the future.
Oh, I heard a Discord beep.
What's
I wonder what it's from. Oh.
it's nothing.
Have you beat Katawa Shoujo? Yes, twice.
Who said that?
I just like to have it on when I stream with Al and I'll put friend because he doesn't know who Al is.
Mm-hmm. So that's a conversation you had there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Also, what Hassan was saying is kind of what I feel. This is something I could never do, and it's probably more of a muse to me than anything else ever was to her. Seems to be free, truly a free spirit, while I constantly worry about everything. Seeming so inhibited that it's almost embarrassing. Maybe that's why I latched on so tightly to Rin, trying to get inside her world that was so different from my own bleak life. Before I noticed that irresistible force had pulled me dangerously close to her, but it turned out way too alien for me. I had forgotten Newton was, of all things. The gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the objects. So if two people feel something for each other, even though feelings are not governed by constants of the universe, I can't help but think that for some time now, there's been a satellite to Rin's bright shining planet, Planet Rin. The thought makes me almost laugh. She really did seem like from another planet. At times, minus green skin, possibly some tentacles. Perhaps because of the stifling laughter, Rin pulls away and let go of her. Feeling the cold when she warm goes away, the sight's embarrassment for letting my thoughts run wild like that. I credit that to Rin being a bad influence on me while being glad at the same time that she couldn't read thoughts for real. Rin's bitter tears have dried up and she looks a little more like herself again. The lost look in her eyes are still there though. Her gaze wanders around relentless before stopping at me.
What happened just now? Can you tell me?
What do you mean?
I cried.
She says that hesitantly, as if not believing it herself. Yes? She kept staring at me as if pleading guidance so that she wouldn't have to feel so lost.
Why?
You were sad. That's what you want me to say? But isn't that obvious?
I don't know. It feels weird to cry.
I'm so boring even Nightbot leaves. And that's a bot.
What?
My,
What happened to the bot?
it just left. It's like, nope, I ain't
The
dealing with
bot
this.
left?
Yeah, I was like, I ain't dealing with this.
The
What?
bot left the channel?
Yep. How did you
Oh
know?
my god.
Yeah, look.
How are we that boring? This
How-
is my only acting I do anymore. I thought I was okay. No, bot, come back.
Look what I just sent you. That's what happened.
Night bot left the channel.
Mm-hmm. What? I don't believe it. I mean, everyone does that. It's About my tongue before I finish the argument about normality. Norms do not apply to the person I'm talking to now.
It always felt so wrong. Different from what it is in me. Like, I couldn't really tell what it felt.
Oh, Nightbot's back. Thank you.
Get your bots back. Melanie, how are you AFK on Minecraft? It's very hard to be AFK on Minecraft.
How do you AFK on Minecraft?
You're like, things will come kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So I started thinking that maybe I don't know what I'm feeling. Maybe it's me who was wrong. What saint is this, by the way?
Raison d'entre. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Did you know this was this?
Well, the next one's a sex scene.
Let's just
But of course.
end the stream here, or what?
Oh, never.
Just never end the stream? Okay.
Unless you have to go.
No. I just.
I wanted to finish Ren's route, okay?
Okay, let's go.
I thought those kinds of things. I thought that painting was enough because it felt like that. I did at least that right. That all that is inside me could become a picture if I tried really hard. And it could. But it doesn't feel like it's enough anymore because if nobody else can see that, I still want to be alone. Was it wrong to try? Everyone got really angry at me for that.
I've rarely heard Ring say this much at once before. Once she finishes, she simply shuts up, looking so neutral that it's hard to believe she just said what she said. I don't know what you think. Bryn was desperate for someone to look at her paintings and somehow see right through them, into her soul, to understand her feelings. Because she felt that she could not express them any other way. How could one say whether what is right or wrong? Could it be that all this time she's been trying to reach out to me like I've tried to reach out to her? I sit down on the desk to think and rest my legs to keep both standing at the long while. You know, when I read a good book or look at the starry sky, whatever, sometimes I feel something profound like a shoot. I don't know how to describe it, but the instant I try to put words, I feel like I lose something. It doesn't really feel real, as true as it's inside my head. I feel a little phony, damn. Even if I said it felt phony, I offer a smile. I meant between funny and self-deprecating, but Rin doesn't react. Anyway, it might be that no one can ever express their true feelings so that others understand. Reality has no chance of living up to someone has inside their head. Nobody can match that. Nobody, even your painting, except maybe for you. But I am supposed to keep everything inside. You'd explode for real then. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think it's wrong to express your feelings, even if you use painting as your circuits. You can't expect people to understand you any better than would if you had any other way. In fact, you can't expect people to understand you at all. Oh, I guess Mercy left. I'm sorry.
What?
There was Mercy Sora was here and then she left.
Oh, we're sorry we're that boring.
Mm-hmm.
We really try to not be that boring.
Mm-hmm. It's because everyone.
I used to be a theater actor. This is all I have, guys.
I'm sorry.
I bought a candle.
I know you bought a candle. It is lemon flavored. The highlights of your day. Let's just remove that. It's because everything is so subjective. You see the world the way you do, but it's different from everyone else.
But isn't that terrible?
I guess it is in a way. She frowns, looking probably stricken as she can, which is not much, but it's enough for me to understand that Rin is not particularly happy.
I think it might make me sad after all.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could do something to help. I don't think I sound bitter even if I thought I am a little. This is my problem. I cannot be what Rin wants for me, and the same reason she can't do the same for me either. She makes a difficult face, carefully trying to pick the words she wants to say, so Rin has times when it's hard to say anything too.
I just heard "Oh my God" come from downstairs. I don't know what's happening. It can't be helped, I think. But if you say that, it makes me feel a little better.
Imagine they had a Bluetooth speaker and they hear everything I say.
Oh yeah, they're probably like, oh my god, what is she doing? But you know, like, my mother actually really likes you, and she's like, you need to grow up and marry a nice man like that. And then I'm like, well, what's wrong with Melanie? And then she's like, everything.
Oh my gosh. That's
And
funny.
then she's like, and then I'll say stuff about my future, and then she's like, you should marry Alan. He seems really nice. And then I'm like, what's wrong with Melanie?
Everything. Oh, that's funny.
Like, she hated Melanie, and then she doesn't, like, she knew more about Melanie than she knows about you, and she's just like, Alan is such a lovely young man, you should marry him. And I'm like, well, sure, but seriously, what was wrong with Melanie?
Oh, that's funny. Well, you did complain a lot about her. Up, and I have to stop the stream. I have to save here, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of Doop Doop Doop.
Okay.
See you later. Doop.